Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are heading into the cold and powerful waters where some of the ocean's largest flatfish live. Join us as we follow experienced fishermen on an exciting journey to catch giant halibut using longline fishing techniques. From preparing thousands of baited hooks to battling enormous fish from the deep seafloor, this remarkable process showcases skill, patience, and determination. Stay with us to discover how these massive fish are located, and carefully brought aboard in one of the most demanding and fascinating fisheries in the world. As the vessel reaches the designated fishing grounds, the crew begins preparing the longline system for deployment. Thousands of hooks are carefully baited with squid, herring, or other oily fish known to attract giant halibut from the depths below. The line stretches for several kilometers across the seafloor, supported by anchors, loops, and connecting ropes designed to keep the hooks positioned within the feeding zone of these massive predators. Once everything is ready, the captain slowly guides the vessel along a predetermined route while crew members continuously feed the line into the water. Each hook disappears beneath the waves, carrying the hope of connecting with one of the largest flatfish in the ocean. After the entire line has been set, the vessel leaves the area and allows the gear to soak for several hours. During this waiting period, giant halibut cruising along the seabed detect the scent of the bait and investigate. Their powerful sense of smell enables them to locate food even in dark, cold waters hundreds of meters below the surface. When a halibut takes the bait and becomes hooked, it often remains on the line, occasionally making powerful runs across the bottom. As the soaking time ends, the crew returns to begin the demanding retrieval process. Hydraulic line haulers slowly pull the heavy main line back aboard, while fishermen carefully remove fish from each hook. Smaller species are quickly sorted and stored, but excitement spreads across the deck whenever signs of a giant halibut appear. The tension on the line increases dramatically, and experienced crew members immediately recognize the powerful resistance of a large fish. As the fish approaches the surface, everyone prepares for the challenge ahead. Unlike many other species, giant halibut can remain calm until they see daylight, at which point they often unleash tremendous bursts of energy. The water beside the vessel suddenly erupts as a massive flat body emerges from the depths, sending spray across the deck. Some specimens weigh several hundred kilograms and possess extraordinary strength capable of damaging equipment or injuring crew members if handled incorrectly. For this reason, fishermen use specialized harpoons, tail ropes, and securing devices to control the fish safely. The battle can last many minutes as the giant halibut thrashes and attempts to dive back toward the ocean floor. Every crew member has a specific role during this critical stage, and teamwork becomes essential. Once the fish is secured, powerful winches help bring it aboard. The enormous halibut lies across the deck, displaying its impressive size and distinctive flattened shape. Crew members quickly process the catch to maintain meat quality, following strict handling procedures that preserve freshness and maximize value. Throughout the day, the retrieval operation continues as hook after hook emerges from the sea. Some contain no catch, while others hold cod, bullfish, or additional halibut. Each fish is carefully evaluated according to regulations, with undersized or protected species released whenever possible. Modern fisheries rely on sustainable management practices to ensure healthy fish populations for future generations. Detailed records are maintained regarding catch sizes, locations, and environmental conditions. These data help scientists monitor stocks and establish quotas that support long-term conservation goals. As the sun moves across the horizon, the vessel's holds gradually fill with valuable seafood harvested from the deep ocean. The crew works tirelessly, despite cold temperatures, rough seas, and physical exhaustion. Their experience allows them to operate efficiently even under challenging conditions where weather can change rapidly. Strong winds, large waves, and freezing spray often add significant risk to every fishing trip. Yet the pursuit of giant halibut continues because of the species' high market value and the unique challenge involved in catching such remarkable fish. Every successful catch represents the combined efforts of skilled fishermen, advanced equipment, and years of accumulated knowledge passed from one generation to the next. After several hours of hauling gear, fatigue begins to set in, but the possibility of encountering an even larger halibut keeps the crew focused. The captain monitors sonar displays, weather forecasts, and navigation systems while maintaining communication with nearby vessels operating in the same region. In productive fishing grounds, giant halibut often gather near underwater ridges, rocky outcrops, and areas where ocean currents concentrate food. These locations provide ideal hunting opportunities for the enormous flatfish, allowing them to ambush smaller fish, squid, and crustaceans moving along the sea. Understanding these habitats is one of the most important skills a successful longline fisherman can possess. Years of observation, experience, and local knowledge help captains identify the most promising areas before setting their gear. As another section of line rises from the depths, a sudden surge of tension travels through the hauling equipment. The line vibrates heavily, suggesting that a particularly large fish may be attached. Crew members gather nearby while maintaining a safe distance from the moving gear. Slowly and steadily, the line continues upward. The powerful fish remains unseen for several minutes, resisting every meter gained by the hydraulic hauler. Finally, a huge shadow appears beneath the surface. The size of the fish becomes apparent immediately. Its broad body seems almost as wide as a small boat, and its massive tail reacts with incredible force. The giant halibut circles beneath the vessel, making one final attempt to escape. Water churns violently as the fish twists and dives. The crew remains calm, relying on practiced procedures developed through countless fishing seasons. A harpoon line is carefully positioned, and when the opportunity arrives, the fish is secured. Even after being controlled, the halibut continues to display remarkable strength. Bringing such a massive animal aboard requires patience and coordination. Once safely on deck, the fishermen take a moment to appreciate the extraordinary catch before returning to work. Encounters with fish of this size are not everyday events, even for experienced crews. Stories of giant halibut often become legendary among fishermen, passed down through years of conversation at docks and harbors. Some fish are so large that several crew members are needed simply to move them across the deck. Their impressive dimensions serve as a reminder of the ocean's immense productivity and the mysteries that still exist beneath its surface. Throughout the voyage, maintaining catch quality remains a top priority. Fish are immediately cleaned, chilled, and stored in refrigerated holds designed to preserve freshness during the journey back to port. Proper handling not only increases market value, but also ensures consumers receive high-quality seafood. Modern fishing vessels invest heavily in refrigeration systems, insulated storage areas, and efficient processing equipment. These technologies allow crews to maintain excellent product quality even during extended trips lasting many days or weeks. As evening approaches, the sea often becomes calmer, and the sky fills with colors reflected across the water. Despite the beauty of the surroundings, work continues without interruption. Longline fishing demands constant attention, and every section of gear must be inspected, repaired, and prepared for the next deployment. Damaged hooks are replaced, tangled lines are organized, and bait supplies are checked. The cycle of setting and hauling continues throughout the fishing season, requiring endurance and dedication from everyone aboard. For many fishermen, life at sea is more than a profession. It is a tradition deeply connected to coastal communities and generations of maritime heritage. Children often grow up listening to stories about giant fish, dangerous storms, and successful voyages. These stories inspire future fishermen who eventually learn the same skills and face the same challenges. When the vessel finally turns toward home, the crew reflects on the success of the trip. The holds contain valuable catches, the equipment has performed well, and the team has safely completed another demanding operation. As distant harbor lights begin to appear on the horizon, a sense of accomplishment spreads throughout the vessel. The giant halibut harvested during the voyage will eventually reach markets, restaurants, and dinner tables around the world. Yet behind every fillet lies an extraordinary journey involving vast oceans, skilled crews, powerful vessels, and the relentless pursuit of one of the largest and most respected flatfish species found in the sea. The story of giant halibut longline fishing is ultimately a story of perseverance, teamwork, and humanity's enduring connection to the ocean. As the fishing season progresses, every voyage presents a different set of conditions and challenges. Some days begin with calm seas and clear skies, allowing the crew to work efficiently and cover large areas of productive fishing grounds. On other days, thick fog blankets the ocean, reducing visibility and forcing the captain to rely heavily on radar, GPS navigation, and years of experience. Regardless of the conditions, the objective remains the same: locate the areas where giant halibut are actively feeding and deploy the longline gear with precision. Success often depends on small details that only experienced fishermen notice. Changes in water temperature, current direction, tidal movement, and seabed structure can all influence where halibut choose to gather. Before setting the gear, the crew carefully studies charts and electronic maps that reveal underwater canyons, gravel beds, rocky ledges, and other features known to attract large fish. These hidden landscapes beneath the ocean surface form the hunting grounds of giant halibut and determine where fishermen focus their efforts. Once a promising location is selected, the longline operation begins again. Thousands of baited hooks disappear into the dark water one after another, forming an underwater trap that stretches across vast sections of the seabed. Every hook represents an opportunity, and every section of line has the potential to hold an extraordinary catch. As the gear soaks beneath the waves, giant halibut continue their silent movements across the ocean floor. Their flattened bodies blend perfectly with sand, gravel, and mud, making them nearly invisible to prey. Remaining motionless for long periods, they wait patiently before striking with explosive speed when food passes within reach. This ambush strategy has helped halibut become one of the most successful. Predators in northern oceans. Their ability to grow to enormous sizes further enhances their dominance, allowing the largest individuals to consume a wide variety of prey species. When the crew returns to haul the gear, anticipation once again fills the vessel. Every section of line lifted from the depths reveals new surprises. Some hooks return empty after bait has been stolen by smaller fish. Others contain valuable catches that are quickly processed and stored. Occasionally, a hook emerges bent or damaged, providing evidence of an exceptionally powerful fish that managed to escape. Such moments spark conversations among the crew as they imagine the size of the unseen giant that broke free. Fishing stories often begin this way, with mysterious encounters that become part of the vessel's history. The possibility of hooking an even larger halibut always remains. encouraging fishermen to continue despite long hours and demanding work. During particularly successful trips, multiple giant halibut may be landed in a single day. Each fish requires careful handling due to its tremendous size and strength. The crew works methodically, securing the catch while minimizing stress and maintaining safety on deck. Large halibut can be unpredictable, and even experienced fishermen treat them with respect. Their powerful tails are capable of generating enormous force, and a sudden movement can create dangerous situations in the confined working space aboard a fishing vessel. Safety procedures are therefore followed at all times, ensuring that both crew members and equipment remain protected. As night falls over the open ocean, powerful deck lights illuminate the vessel while work continues around the clock. The surrounding darkness emphasizes the isolation of life at sea. Beyond the circle of light cast by the vessel, nothing is visible except endless black water stretching toward the horizon. Yet beneath that darkness lies a world full of marine life, including the giant halibut that fishermen pursue. The rhythmic sound of hydraulic machinery, the steady movement of the vessel, and the constant flow of work create a routine familiar to everyone on board. Meals are eaten quickly between tasks, and short periods of rest are taken whenever possible. Fishing crews learn to adapt to irregular schedules and physically demanding conditions. Their resilience allows them to continue operating effectively even after many consecutive days at sea. By the end of a productive voyage, the vessel carries not only a valuable catch but also new experiences and memories. Every giant halibut landed represents a unique encounter between humans. And one of the ocean's most impressive predators. Some catches are remembered for their extraordinary size, others for the difficult battles required to land them, and still others for the teamwork that made success possible. These moments become part of the culture of commercial fishing, connecting generations of fishermen through shared experiences and stories from the sea. As long as giant halibut continue to inhabit the deep northern waters, fishermen will venture offshore with longlines, determination, and hope, seeking the next great catch hidden somewhere beneath the vast and powerful ocean. Far beyond the sight of land, where the ocean meets the horizon in every direction, the vessel continues its search for new fishing grounds. Days blend together as the crew follows migration patterns, weather reports, and decades of accumulated knowledge. Every morning begins before sunrise, with fishermen emerging from their cabins and preparing for another demanding shift. The cold sea air fills the deck as bait containers are opened and long sections of line are organized for deployment. Although the routine may appear repetitive, every operation is different because the ocean is constantly changing. Currents shift, storms develop, and fish move in response to countless environmental factors. The most successful captains understand that fishing is a continuous process of observation, adaptation, and decision-making. They study every detail available, searching for clues that may lead them to concentrations of giant halibut hidden along the seafloor. During favorable conditions, the vessel may set multiple longlines across a wide area to maximize coverage. Each line is carefully positioned to avoid underwater obstacles while targeting habitats where large halibut are known to feed. The deployment process requires precision, because even a small mistake can result in tangled gear, lost equipment, or reduced catch rates. Crew members work together efficiently, passing bait, monitoring hooks, and ensuring that every component functions correctly. Once the final anchor disappears beneath the waves, the crew begins the waiting period once again. Beneath the surface, the baited hooks settle quietly onto the ocean floor. Hours pass as the scent of bait spreads through the water, carried by currents across the seabed. Giant halibut moving through the area encounter this scent trail and gradually approach the source. Some fish investigate cautiously before taking the bait, while others strike aggressively and become firmly hooked. The underwater struggle remains unseen from above, hidden within the darkness of the deep ocean. Only when the crew turns to retrieve the gear does the outcome become known. The hauling process often reveals a fascinating variety of marine life. Alongside halibut, fishermen may encounter cod, lingcod, rockfish, bullfish, and other deep water species. Each fish provides valuable information about the ecosystem and the conditions below. Experienced fishermen pay close attention to these observations because they can help predict future catches and identify productive areas. As section after section of line emerges from the sea, anticipation builds. Suddenly, the hydraulic hauler slows under heavy strain. The line stretches tight, indicating the presence of an exceptionally powerful fish. Everyone nearby immediately becomes alert. The tension is different from that produced by smaller species. The fish below is moving with deliberate strength, pulling steadily against the equipment. Minutes pass before the enormous shape becomes visible beneath the vessel. A giant halibut appears from the depths, its broad body reflecting flashes of light through the water. The sheer size of the fish captures everyone's attention. Even seasoned fishermen who have landed countless halibut understand that specimens of this magnitude are rare. The battle intensifies as the fish senses the vessel above and attempts to escape. Powerful tail strokes send vibrations through the line, while water churns around the fish. Maintaining control requires patience rather than force. The crew carefully follows established procedures, gradually reducing the fish's ability to dive or twist free. Eventually, the halibut is secured alongside the vessel and brought aboard. The massive catch becomes the highlight of the voyage, drawing admiration. from every member of the crew. Measurements are taken, photographs are captured, and the fish is processed with great care. Such catches often become memorable milestones in a fisherman's career. Long after the trip ends, stories of the giant halibut will be shared in harbors, processing plants, and coastal communities. They become part of the collective memory of the fishing industry, preserving the excitement and challenge of life at sea. Yet, even after landing an extraordinary fish, work continues without pause. More gear remains in the water, and additional opportunities await. The ocean rewards persistence, and fishermen understand that success comes from consistent effort rather than isolated moments of luck. Throughout the remainder of the voyage, the crew continues hauling, baiting, setting, cleaning, sorting. And maintaining equipment. Every task contributes to the overall operation and requires concentration. By the time the vessel's storage holds approach capacity, the crew has spent countless hours battling weather, fatigue, and the unpredictable nature of the sea. Their achievements reflect not only physical endurance, but also professional skill developed over many years. As the final longline is retrieved and secured on deck, the captain sets a course toward port. The vessel turns homeward, leaving behind the deep fishing grounds where giant halibut roam the ocean floor. Seabirds follow in the vessel's wake while waves break gently against the hull. For the crew, another chapter has been added to their ongoing story of longline fishing, a story defined by hard work, respect for the ocean, and the relentless pursuit of giant halibut hidden in the depths below. As the vessel travels back toward shore, the pace of work gradually changes, but responsibilities remain. Crew members begin cleaning equipment, organizing storage areas, and preparing the catch for unloading. The deck that was once covered with bait boxes, ropes, hooks, and seawater is washed repeatedly until every surface is clean. Proper maintenance is essential because fishing gear operates under extreme conditions. Salt water, heavy loads, and constant use place enormous stress on every component. Hooks are inspected for damage, sections of worn line are replaced, and mechanical systems are lubricated and tested. These tasks may seem routine, but they are critical to the success of future voyages. A single weak connection in a longline can result in the loss of valuable equipment or a giant fish during the next trip. Experienced fishermen understand that preparation often determines success long before the gear enters the water. While the crew works, conversations frequently return to the most memorable moments of the voyage. Stories are exchanged about powerful fish that nearly escaped, unexpected weather conditions, and the giant halibut that became the highlight of the trip. Each fisherman remembers different details. Some recall the first glimpse of the enormous shadow rising from the depths, while others remember the intense effort required to secure the fish alongside the vessel. These shared experiences strengthen the bonds between crew members who depend on one another in challenging conditions. Life at sea creates a unique sense of teamwork, because every person's actions directly affect the safety and success of the entire operation. Trust is built through long hours of work, difficult situations, and common goals. As the coastline slowly appears on the horizon, excitement begins to grow. After many days or weeks offshore, the sight of land is always welcome. Harbors, towns, and distant mountains gradually become visible as the vessel approaches home. Communication with port authorities, seafood buyers, and processing facilities increases as arrival time draws near. The quality and quantity of the catch determine much of the economic success of the voyage. Giant halibut are highly valued in seafood markets due to their firm texture, mild flavor, and large fillets. For this reason, careful handling throughout the trip is essential. Every decision made aboard the vessel, from the moment the fish is landed until it reaches port, influences its final value. When the vessel finally enters the harbor, activity quickly intensifies. Dock workers prepare unloading equipment while buyers and inspectors gather nearby. Massive halibut and other catches are carefully transferred from refrigerated holds to the dock. The size of the largest fish often attracts attention from everyone present. Spectators pause to admire the enormous flatfish, amazed by its dimensions and weight. Photographs are taken, measurements are confirmed, and the catch becomes a topic of discussion throughout the fishing community. For the crew, these moments provide a sense of pride and accomplishment. The long hours, physical labor, and difficult conditions have produced tangible results. Yet commercial fishing is not only about individual success. It also supports families, coastal economies, seafood processors, transport companies, equipment suppliers, and countless other industries. Connected to the ocean. Every successful voyage contributes to a larger network of people whose livelihoods depend on sustainable marine resources. Once unloading is complete, attention turns toward preparation for the next trip. Fuel tanks are replenished, supplies are restocked, fresh bait is ordered, and necessary repairs are scheduled. The cycle never truly ends. Commercial fishing is a profession built on continuous effort and adaptation. Weather patterns change, fish populations shift, regulations evolve, and technology advances.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of giant halibut longline fishing. We hope you enjoyed discovering the hard work, skill, and determination behind every catch. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing fishing adventures from the world's oceans. See you in the next video.